Hello, hello. So, due to urgency, this is not a well planned out video, but I do need to get this out. And I am, to be honest, a bit out of practice with Love Labs. I haven't made something for it in I think 3 months. It's been more BAPI focused and Ultravox focused for me lately. But we're going to go through the process together because I want to set something up really quick for my website. So, why not do that together? So, yeah, we're going to go to the app. I'm on the website. I'm going to pretend I don't have an account just to see if you can create an agent with a free account. I'm just gonna, see what happens. Because I have a subscription there, which means I'm not gonna have this problem. But let's say you wanted to test this and you don't want to pay. So I'm just gonna pick a random account that I'm confident doesn't exist. Let that puppy start up. Oh, look at that. Am I supposed to hear stuff? Let's do light. So there's no issues of seeing. We'll call myself Max. Um, let's make up a date. Month is March, and then 1982. Okay. Just say from work. Uh, content business, let's say. Media company. I'm just making this. And there we go. Conversational AI is what we wanted. Okay, so I'm in. And it actually jumped us, but in case you come into the app and it doesn't pop you right into that spot, and you go to the app and you logged in, you have a brand new account, you haven't paid for anything yet. So this is how it looks like your dashboard. And the conversational agents are over here, the AI voice agents. Conversational AI here on the left. There's your sub dashboard right here. And we're going to create an agent over here. Create. Let's do the easiest transition will be a support agent. So we'll create that. So we have some sort of template to start with. That's good because it gives you settings that you can look at out of the box, like really quick. Okay, so we have our support agent so far. We're going to change the name. I'm going to call this AI with Apex agents. Okay, and then you get to pick the language. English, it could be multilingual. So if you're interested to do that, you'd add additional languages. This is the message, the first message that you get when you, for example, we're going to do a web embed agent. So when you click the talk button, this is the first message you'll get. So hi there, I'm Alexis from 11 Labs. Now I'm going to go over here to voice real quick to see the voice. So it's Jessica. Default voice here is Jessica. So I'm just going to use that name. I'm Jessica from AI with Apex support. How can I help you today? Good. Great. You are Jessica. A friendly, proactive. So this, they give you right here a fairly ideal prompt to start with, right? And it gives you this structure, these markdowns right here. This pound sign indicates a heading. So you can give it a personality. You can talk about environment. Okay, so you have to make sure it talks about the topic you're interested in, etc. The tone, increasingly knowledge or limitations and knowledge gaps when they arise. Focus on building. Yeah, this is actually very in depth. I don't know if I personally would suggest like this is more to. I don't know if I personally would suggest this level of prompting. The guardrails are very important though, because you do want to make sure your agent stays on task. Okay, so we have this template. We'll just use it for now, and you can always test. The big thing is to get the agent started, so you can start testing it and then fine tuning it, and that's really where a lot of the work goes, is testing the agents, because the models are always changing. As the models change, especially the LLMs that are the brains of the model, as they change, the prompting techniques will change, and we're shifting models all the time, so you have to be flexible. You have to be agile, as I say. Okay, so I grabbed this as an example, and I'm gonna grab whatever some sort of LLM. I'm gonna grab this one, Grok. I have a free Grok account right here. So I would say, hey, Grok, can you take this example template? Then I give you a knowledge base document about my business, and you can use those two pieces of information to give me a new template that is catered to my business. Okay, so I understand you want you to take an example template. Okay, so here is the example template. No, don't do that, please. It's like giving me example thing. Here is the example template. Yeah, that I made in advance. It was something you'd want to do is just like put into a document what your business is about, what's it doing. Let me see. Let me look at the one I made real quick. So I'm making one that's going to cover this community that I'm going to show you this video with. So what is it? What's the community about? What's the ranking system? So you want to make sure the agent has the knowledge about your business so it can answer questions, right? So this is like pretty in depth, right? It looks like I did a pretty good job here. And when you're making this document, a pro tip is to ask it to make the knowledge base compatible with a RAG system. That way, it'll do a better job of answering questions precisely. It's called pre-formatting for RAG, basically. Okay, so now I'm gonna give it my knowledge base. And what we're doing right now is we're doing the steps to prepare to make our template, our prompt template for the system prompt for the agent, catered to our use case based on the default template they give you in the example agent. That's what we're doing right now. It's a good starting point. You test it. It doesn't work the way you want. You make tweaks. Pretty simple. Okay, so here is all the details about my business. Could you now please make a new template like the original for my voice agent? It will actually be using this attached knowledge base as a RAG source. So you don't need to include all the details from this document, rather just the details needed to make the system prompt for the voice agent. So that's what we're going to do to get our prompt. I'll pause, I guess. This might take a minute. There you go. Look at that. Spitting out. There's the personality. It picked the name Mira. Interesting. It talks about the buyer right now, and now it's an expert on my business, right? The tone is going to try, the AI is going to try to match the tone to your knowledge document with your business. Here's the goal, guardrails, right? So this is all catered. And by the way, you would normally, if you're going through this process, you would sit here and go through this by hand. Like you would take this right here. I'm going to take this. Boom. I'm going to take that. Save it to the side and put it over here. I'm going to put, I would make a Google Doc right here, throw it over here, save it, right? And this would be called my draft system prompt for AI with Apex voice agent, right? And then I'll pop this here, boom, beautiful, right? And then you would take the time, when you're more serious, first agent, just do what I'm doing right now, just get it out there, right? But when you're starting to build out things better, you would go through this carefully and be like, okay, like, first of all, does it need to be this long? You see what I'm saying? You go through it, make sure the details are correct, because there could be mistakes, could be misunderstanding. Don't have faith in the initial output. Once you get to more production. So I'm just gonna change this real quick to Jessica. So it's what he said. And just make sure Mira's not in there. Oh. Yeah, you gotta place this with Jessica. Jessica, consistency. Okay, we got Mira. Great. So I'm just gonna go with this for now, but you get the idea. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take this whole thing, copy the whole thing, move that out of the way. We don't need this anymore too. Okay, and we're gonna paste this puppy right here. Boom. And just okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna fix these markdowns real quick. just for neatness. Although it would probably help the LLM to understand like the format and the structure of everything. As a matter of fact, I wonder if I want to see if I want to see if I could get this in a format that's actually pre-structured with Markdown from Grok, because that'd save me time right now. No, it's not given to me. So I do have to take a moment here to go through this. I guess I'll pause this so you guys don't have to go through that torture. You know what? I don't. Why am I doing that work? I'm just gonna have please, without changing any content, add Markdown. Markdown to this text for organization, clarity, and emphasis. Boom, paste. Like, why am I doing this? My AI, it'll do it for me. Hey, there you go. Oh, Mira. You know what? I'm Mira. We're going to Mira. That's it. It's fate, Mira. It's no longer Jessica, it's Mira. Okay, so it's building that for me. It's gonna take a second. Shouldn't take too long. It's and the reason to do this is XML and Markdown are ways to organize the most. I want to be careful with my words there. They seem to be the most effective way of structuring a input for an LLM, so it understands things more clearer. So we're going to copy this puppy. I'm going to copy from here. Now we have that here. Okay. See, there you go. Now we have that formatted nice. Great. Variables you don't have to worry about right now, but you could add variables like their names. You could save it to be used in a different place, but let's not overcomplicate things. Okay, so this is where you get to choose which LLM to use. They are set up to use Google Gemini. I am going to try. Oh, it looks like they are starting to charge you for these things. It says currently LLM cost is covered by us, and the future cost will be passed on to you. So I guess they're paying for it right now. Now, in other platforms, I tend to use 4.1 mini. But here, I am going to just, for fun, we're going to test 2.5 Flash. And if it doesn't work, we'll go back to 2.0 just to see what happens. This is the temperature. You normally would have to change this, but it's weird if that's at 0. I'm going to put that as 0.4 for now, or 0.3 for now. This would be where you limit the token usage, is if you want to make sure it doesn't consume too much tokens, costing you too much. We'll leave that at -1 because we're not paying for the LLM right now. So, okay, here's the knowledge base. So I'm going to go ahead and add that document, add files. Click here to go to there it is, my AI with Apex. Grab that puppy and just click add file. And now it's going to upload that. And then we want to use RAG. So it's going to index it, which means it's going to basically chunk it up into pieces. It's another topic. Like we have to cover it. RAG is very, very critical topic in voice AI and AI in general. What makes RAG different than a normal database lookup is that it's unstructured data. Like it's that document I gave you. It's not like a database with rows. It's unstructured. Okay, so add tools. This is where you'd add tools. Like if you wanted to look up a calendar, set an appointment, the default tool, it's just how the systems work. It actually has to have a tool to end the call. Like when you're naturally done talking, please hang up the phone. Otherwise, if you don't have that tool, it'll just keep on talking. Okay, so we have, so far we're so good. We have so far good, so good. How does that expression go? So far, so we finished the first page. So we're gonna go to the voice. We just picked Jessica from here, but you do have choices, and they give you options perfect for conversational AI. Those are the ones you want. You kind of want to stick to these ones. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna pick Cassidy because just for fun, whatever. I'm gonna pick Cassidy. Okay. Oops, Cassidy. Okay, Cassidy. Why is it not letting me pick Cassidy? Add to my voices. Great. There's Cassidy. Okay. And you do want to use Flash. It's for for latency. That way the responses back and forth are quicker. And we may have to turn 2.5 setting that I did before to 2.0 for that reason too. These are things like I haven't even looked that much into these things. These settings, we're not going to mess with any of these settings here. Speed is something you might consider changing. If you feel it's talking too fast, then you would use this. Okay, we're going to save. You just turn the speed down, or if it's too slow, turn it up, and that obviously would also depend on the voice you're using. Analysis. This is where you could put like criteria for evaluating itself for after the call. We can get into this later because the post-call results is where you could have it do some analysis. Then again, you could just take the raw recording and or transcript and deal with that yourself, which is, I prefer to do that. Data collection, that's if you're looking for specific data points in the transcript after. This could help you isolate those things. But again, when you get the full transcript and you could run it through these advanced LLMs, you don't necessarily need the help that gives you here. You could test it to see if it's, makes the process better for you. This is an optional way to make the tools more secure, for example. Like if you wanted to have an allow list and enable authentication to talk with these different tools. Out of the box, I don't recommend that because it does add another layer of complication. Yeah, this is the webhook. This is where you'd be sending the results after the call. So I guess we're going to do that right now real quick. Actually, let's get this lesson of just creating the agent and doing a test call, and then we'll go do that as a second step. Let me put a note for myself. I will do the webhook afterwards in a different, just to get started. So webhook afterwards. Note. Okay. Okay, so this is looking good so far. Go to advanced real quick. Okay, so this is actually an important variable right here. This is how long before you're forcing the agent to respond. Like if the agent asks me a question like, how old are you? And I don't respond after 7 seconds, it'll be like, hey, are you still there? Also silence and call timeout. This is if nobody's responding for like 20 seconds, then just hang up the call. Don't sit there and just wait. This is the cap on the duration of the call. This is 5 minutes. Yeah, you do want to cap the call. Otherwise, if somebody could, start the agent and walk away and it just keeps on running, which costs you money. Okay, keywords. I don't remember what this is about. I can check it out later if you want. I don't remember what that is. No, this is if you didn't want the call recording, I believe, and you do want that. These are the events. The client events are the events to be the client. Yeah, so these are when it's going to send potential items to your tools, and also I believe post call, but I could be wrong about that. I think it's tools. Select events that should be sent to the client. If the audio event is a disabled, the agent will only provide text responses without TTS. If interruption event is disabled, the agent will ignore user interruption and speak until the end of the response. Yeah, these are the things that activate tools, I believe, but don't quote me on that. Okay, here's your RAG configuration. Don't change these settings, but you could adjust the vector retrieval, which can affect the efficiency and accuracy, and not efficiency, the accuracy of the retrieval. So you could leave it at 0.6. You can mention that, by the way, when you're making your knowledge base document. Please make this document optimized for a 0.6 vector distance of retrieved chunks, and you can grab this information right here. The embedding model, which is infloat E5 Mistral 7B instruct. I believe it's an open source. Mistral is an open source model. And it's the model that's going to be mapping your text to the vector database and indexing it basically. So how it retrieves it and the size of retrievals are based on the embedding model. Okay, so yes, and you want to leave this store call audio. You do want to have that, and how long you want to keep it for. Let's do 365 days. I don't want to keep it for more than a year. You can do even less. I don't see any indications of charging you anything for keeping the stuff on their server. So if you leave it high, it doesn't seem to hurt anything. Okay, we'll save here. And I think, widget. Okay, and there you go. This is what I tell people about 11 Labs out of the box. is an embed code right there. So I could grab that embed code, right? My agents, at least theoretically, should run right now because I have a system prompt. I have the knowledge base. I give the voice choice. So let's go to my website, AI with Apex. I'll go log into my website. And then I'll log in. Give me a second. Okay, I'm logged in on my website. Here's my dashboard. Let me see here. I haven't done added code here yet. This website's not even finished yet. I was in the middle of so it happens to be a WordPress site, and I'm using something called Elementor Pro, which has a place for custom code. You can always just ask AI if you're using some other platform or whatever, or even ask in the community, ask in a community or the community. So I'm gonna add new custom code. I don't want in the head. I'm gonna put the end of the body. And then I'll put the priority. I'm gonna put it a low priority because I don't want it to interfere too much with the website. And I'm just gonna paste it right there. Give it a name. We'll call this the Mira customer service voice agent. Click publish. Yeah, entire site. You have all sorts of options here. So I'm going to just do entire site for now. I'll test performance. So you want to do that if you're adding to your website. Just make sure it doesn't mess up your website. Okay, now I'm just going to see if my agent's appearing. Visit the site. Here's my nice, oh, look at that. Need help. Start call. I'm not sure if you'll hear this, but I'll just do a quick test. Agree. You have to allow the microphone.
Hey there, I'm Mira from AI with Apex Support. How can I help you today?
Hey, what does AI with Apex do?
AI with Apex is a values-driven learning hub that helps busy builders like parents, entrepreneurs, and nonprofit leaders use AI and no-code tools to save time and automate tasks. It's all about finding practical solutions to support a grounded, ethical life.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, well, have a great day. Can you hang up, please?
Happy I could help. You have a great day too.
You saw the hang up tool in effect right there. So I'll make another part to talk about the webhook and how to use tools and stuff like that. But with that, you do have the call recorded and you have access to it. So I'll show you real quick. Call history right here. And there it is. There's the full call. You'll see the history of what's going on. You have the recording. You can download it. Right. So you have the transcription here too, obviously. But yeah, that's the first step. And you see, it sounds great. You see how quick it was. And I did that with a free account too. I just remember that. So that was in about under 25 minutes. So see you for the next video. Take care. Bye.